crazy football-loving nutters. This is Ray Hudson, and you are luxuriating in listening to the Inter Miami podcast with the stupefyingly magnificent Jay and Alex, two lads who are as electrifying as a hairdryer thrown into a hot tub. Stay tuned, because you know what it's going to be. It's going to be magisterial with an amplifier.
The cross goes, he's done it again. Taylor squares it for Victor Ulloa. It's one up. Ulloa and Taylor. Job done for Inter Miami. Led it in by Morte. What? 6. It's 2 for Miami. Damian Lowell doubles the lead. Sometimes you can just sense something wicked this way it comes.
Whoa, man, feels like what, 8 months? 8 months, something like that, maybe even longer. I don't know. I can't really count right now. When did our season kick off? February? Where does that leave us? 8 months. Wow, man, look at that, dude. But we're finally here, baby. We're finally here. It's the postseason. We already solidified our postseason ambitions last game, and then we had a little bit of actually, I don't want to skip over that too quick. We secured our postseason with a sturdy, phenomenal, best memory in Inter Miami history win over our rivals. Always feels good to destroy the little Mickey Mouse Club up north. Had a freebie game in hand, though. In hand. It was just for free. We were just having fun. It was a celebration. People were asking me, like, how do you think we're going to do? We beat Montreal, New York loses, we could jump up to 4th. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, I don't care if we're in 4th, 6th. It doesn't matter to me, man. This is just celebration that we made it. And that was the right attitude to have, man. That was the right attitude to have. How are you feeling this week, man? I know there's been a lot of stuff going on, which we're going to get to. Some curveballs thrown at us. That's fine. We're okay. We'll be all right. I've just been looking at the days, watching the clock go on, just waiting for Monday. I don't think I've ever been so excited for a Monday in my life. What about you?
Dude, I got a double whammy going on with this because I'm excited for Monday, but I'm excited for Saturday because I get to go to my second home down south back with you boys for a whole week. And I'm going to be at the watch party with you boys for this.
No, you're not.
Oh,
that's a lie. Are you really doing that? Are you coming?
Yeah.
No way.
I told Lucy we're going up. She goes, and her words were, so we need to pack some Inter Miami gear. I said, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be
save me about $15 of shipping right there because I got some jerseys for you.
And I got some money for you. But no,
great.
like, it's a double whammy. I'm excited. It's one of those things that you kind of had to look at after the Montreal letdown that we're going to touch on here in a minute and kind of just look past it. Okay, yeah, it happened, but guess what? We got more ball to play here. Whether it's on a rugby field, a soccer field, a baseball field, Talladega, I don't care where we're playing.
Give a damn.
We're gonna do it. But,
we should probably intro first. So let's go ahead and get into that. Welcome everyone to the Inter Miami podcast. I am Jay Kington, joined by, as always, Mr. Than Harrington, soon to be sunny, tanned, well bronzed, I'm sure. Welcome everyone back. Feels good to be back. Still hectic in our lives, but we're still bringing it here just to give something for people to listen to on this this lonely extended week without a game. Just felt like I needed to be professional and get that out of the way before we get into the Montreal game. I don't really have too much to say. Again, I could care less. It was raining. Chloe's been out of town since that morning. She comes back on Saturday, so I've been solo dadding, but Quinn came out, tried to soldier through the rain with me, and we made it a good decent amount of time. He did get a pop, his first pink smoke, which was phenomenal. So it was a pretty good time. But yeah, rainy day, not the vibe everyone wanted. And giving up 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Look, man, football has its highs and football has its Damian lows. That's basically all I can say about that game. I'm just horrible pass back to Drake. There's so many other options, and Drake kind of got caught up to maybe trying to do a little too much as well. But Damian Lowe has these games, right? He has these games where he plays pretty bad. The only kind of consolation we have right now is that he usually comes back the game following and plays well. And just like March Madness, right? Just like the NCAA basketball tournament, and hopefully soon to be the NCAA football tournament when it expands to more teams. The most important thing, it's not about your star players. It's not about your overall power ranking. It's not about your schedule. It's about who hits their stride at the right time. I would say Inter Miami has probably been the best informed club outside of the Montreal game over the past month. I'll go ahead and take the loss now, right before the playoffs, right before we get into classic knockout elimination footy. I'll take that L right now. We learn, add some fire to us, come out. All we got to do is hit a 4-game streak right here, which we just came off one. And boom, we're MLS Cup champions. That might be getting a little too far ahead of ourselves, but I'm just saying, typically when we come out and play a bad game, we recover the following game. So that's my positivity I'm going to share about that Montreal afternoon.
I think the thing I don't like most about that day is not even what happened on our own pitch. It's the fact that the soccer gods somehow, just somehow, aligned everything so Orlando could sneak in. Somehow. Like,
Yeah.
we looked at it. We were like, there's no way. Like, we can't be let down across numerous different facets. Like, there's no way all of this fails. And meanwhile, like, we're watching the horror show live on the screen here for Inter Miami. And I'm kind of peeking over and I'm like watching the systematic failure go on like to my right. And I'm like, no. Like, this can't be happening. And of course, they got the VAR call. They got what they needed. And if we survive this weekend, which I'm hoping we do, I'm thinking we do, could be a real tasty matchup coming up next. We do have every chance to be playing Orlando in the next round if we get that far, but we cannot overlook Citigroup in any way, shape, or form. Who knows? They might pull Sergio Aguero out of the closet. Vincent Company might come back looking a little different, playing the center back slot. Yeah, I mean, who knows, dude? Who knows what we're going to be looking at this coming weekend?
Look, man, I feel pretty good about it, honestly. We'll get into the BS that happened, but like, man, game was a lot of fun. It was a big celebration of what we've accomplished this season. One of the things we discussed earlier in the season was basically what would you consider a win in the season. It was make the playoffs. We've made the playoffs. It's great. That was still a fun day, even in the rain. I do want to shout out KJ Passero from Nacion Rosa Negra for taking the dopest video of Quinn waving his little smoke bomb, because I felt very bad that I did not get that on camera. So shout out KJ. Appreciate you, my dude. But yeah, man, look, this is a team that on my birthday, while I was up in Orlando watching Chelsea lose 4-0, decided to lose 2-0 to NYCFC. But then we came back, played them at home, beat them 3-2. This was, I believe, this was the game where they scored in it was like 45 minutes plus like 1 minute, and they scored in like 45 minutes plus 3, where that ref just wasn't blowing the whistle or anything. But Pozuelo at 2. Historically speaking, Pozuelo always plays well against NYCFC. So that's the big question, right? Is Pozuelo going to play? Still technically injured. I say he's got to play, right? I mean, you're playing for a contract, basically. I mean,
Yeah,
no guarantee you're on the team. I think he's got to come out and play, and I think injecting him back into the lineup only will bode very well for us.
yeah. No, I think from what I heard through the sources on Twitter and our own Discord group, he's definitely going to be playing just because of exactly what you said. He's playing for that contract. And let's be honest, as much as we joked in the Orlando game, who needs Pozuelo, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it was a joke. Relax. We are much better with him on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have to have him pulling the strings. And honestly, Bryce didn't have that bad of a game, I don't think, against Montreal for like the little bit that he was doing his thing out there, but he allows Bryce to be a better midfielder too, and it opens up for Gregory, Mota, everybody out in the midfield. It just, I don't know. It's that one player as a coach you dream of having that just opens up everything for everybody else.
Yeah.
So we need him.
And there's also a chance Campana's back as well. The injury was not as significant or as serious as initially thought. Timetable still uncertain. He's going to test it this week. Hopefully, he'll be available. If not, and we can still get the win, that just betters his chances for coming in for that second round game, which would either be against Montreal or Orlando, on the off chance Orlando beats Montreal, which I think everyone would love, right? Take a very powerful team out, and then I'll be happy to play Orlando again, honestly. And if Orlando do that and we advance, and we're looking at a home game basically, at Dry Pink, which would be absolutely phenomenal. But we're probably still going to be a little bit of a puzzle. Phil has got to figure out, if let's assume Campana, well, let's say he sits out this one, right, and then maybe he's back for the next one if we make it. But they've been running a 3-5-2, and with Campana out, they still wanted to run it again against Montreal with Lassiter up top, which I wasn't necessarily a big fan of. I think we go back to the diamond, if we can, or even back to maybe like a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. I don't think there's any reason to run Lassiter up top alongside Gonzalo. But again, I guess that all depends if Pozuelo is going to be back. And I think, just like you said, it kind of points to him being back. But this is going to be the puzzle we have to see. This is going to be an interesting game. We are playing them at a baseball stadium, not Yankees Stadium. Was going to be Red Bulls Arena, which was standard regulation, MLS kind of soccer pitch size, and then they moved it to Citi Field, which they called their second home, even though Red Bull Arenas could also be considered their second home. Basically just wanted to play in a baseball stadium again. So we're looking at a bit more condensed of a structure that we're going to have to play with and play against, right? We lost to them at Yankee Stadium. We beat them at Drive Pink. They do play basically all center backs at the back, kind of congested up. They're so used to playing on these small fields. It is a pretty serious advantage. So I don't know. I think this is going to be a game where we're going to have to play really up through the middle, and I think it's going to need to be possession on point and passes on point and kind of a breakdown and take your shot when you get it. I don't think you're going to have as much space, whoever it be. Especially up on the attack, you're not going to have nearly as much space and time as we will have, Drive Pink or a larger stadium. But, these are the challenges that you have to face. There's been tons of Inter Miami fans, members of the club itself, outside analysts kind of giving their takes on this. Obviously, if you're an Inter fan, you're not really too thrilled. If you're a New York fan, you're happy, and I don't know. To me, it seems kind of like a cop out. Like, why not just play at Red Bulls? Why not just have the MLS playoffs be played on all pretty standard fields and not tiny fields? But at the same time, and Andrew Wiebe kind of made me feel that way, shutting down my tin hat tweet. We don't want to complain. I just want to go out there and get the win. Big field, small field, Tati, no Tati, Pozuelo, no Pozuelo, Campana, no Campana. I just want to go out there. I want to play well. I want to win. I want to advance. We've been in the playoffs, technically play-ins one time our first year, beat Cincinnati to get in there, go play Nashville They beat us 3-0. I turn off the game in like the 60th minute. We've never had a playoff win. This is our first chance. And, I don't want there to be excuses. I just want to come out there, get a win. No matter what we've got to overcome, we need to overcome it.
I think my biggest frustration for both fan bases was the just lack of communication across the board, especially for the folks that had already purchased their tickets for Red Bull Arena, who got their hotel situated,
Well,
got everything.
flew into the airport that was closer to uh where do they play?
Harrison, New Jersey.
Yeah, Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not super familiar with the layout of New York City, but I know some people were saying they flew into the wrong airport because they were planning on Harrison.
Well, yeah. So I can tell you when I went up there, Jay, we were driving in towards Red Bull to off to the right, you could see the skyline of New York City in the distance. So it's not like it's that close. The thing is, I know some New York City fans were saying, "Oh, you guys just need to suck it up. It's close enough." Blah blah blah. It's not the point. And even some New York City fans were also complaining. We bought tickets. We have the tickets for this venue. Now you're saying we can't purchase tickets. Now you're saying we can't refund the tickets. Now you're saying that we might not be able to get tickets for this. It's just stop. You want the fans to be there. You want to have a quality atmosphere. This is ultimately going to deter a lot of folks from being there, I believe, because they're not going to.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, it was beer league.
Yeah.
That's what that felt like. It was, oh, hey, guys, the field's being used by the other rec team this week, so can you go play at the landfill down the road? Like, I know it's not that serious, but,
Phil made a good point, though. He's like, you guys are supposed to host the World Cup in 4 years, and, like, you guys can't even figure out your own domestic league.
Yeah, I don't know.
In fact, MLS wasn't in more control of this, and it was, like, up to New York City to really decide, That's their right. That's what I've heard. It's their right. I'm like, be a man. Like, play on the field that it's scheduled for, that we've all been planning on. Like, it's been known that the Yankees were going to be in the postseason, and you're going to play on that field. And then, by the grace of God, when it was I don't watch baseball really. I think the Pirates knocked them out or whatever. And now it's like, oh, we can go back to our little tiny field in baseball. That's the best chance we have to win because we don't have Tatu anymore. So we need every help we can get. Man.
It was probably down to the fact that Red Bull wouldn't let them hang their little BS 3x5 championship banner up during the game. I don't know. The Viking army at Red Bull probably would have lit it on fire. But you know what? We wanted to keep this short, so let's dive into it. There's not really much to talk about. 3 goals in the first 36 minutes, 2 goals between the 5th and the 8th minute. It was ugly. It was not quality football, dude.
Back to the Montreal game.
Yeah, we didn't really cover it. We said we were going to.
We could just breeze by it. So go ahead and lay it on us.
Yeah, Mihajovic goal, 5th minute. Lapadopoulos, who I'm going to butcher that name. 8th minute goal. Mihajovic assisted. A boatload of assists, and then the Ari Lassiter horror show up front really. Yeah, really happened. Like he had some egregious misses. Let's just put it that way. Like, some of those there were some good chances, and there were some where I'm going, oh my God. How?
Sometimes my man's feeling himself a little too much.
I had to double check to make sure it wasn't Emerson.
No, man. Playing 2 down, like, right away in the first 10 minutes, like, that first goal was just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Everyone came up pretty, like, hyped, like, let's get the win, but we're just still here celebrating. What upset me was the 3rd goal by Kai Kamar. Like, what's with that celebration, dude? It's like, you're up 3-0. It's not a rivalry game. We've never talked smack to you. Why take off your shoe and do this super delayed reaction? Like, I don't know if I was missing something and maybe he passed somebody on, like, the all-time scorer sheet. It just seemed like, have some class, man. Damn. Like, we'll remember that, man. Like, I thought in my head, like, whatever. Like, hypothetically, we beat NYCFC, and then let's go play Montreal again and say, hey, man, Gonzalo, you hit the game winner, pull off your shoe and call and go point over to Kai. Like,
yeah.
For some reason that pissed me off, probably more than it should. I was just like, it's uncalled for.
I was right there with you because I mean it's one of those ones where like, yo, you're up 3-0, high five, get on with it, like
Yeah.
move on. It's not like you're playing Toronto where you guys, yeah, okay, sure, celebrate, like it's a rivalry game, whatever.
Maybe he thought Philadelphia lost to Toronto without any of their Italian stars, and maybe he thought that was like the goal that got them the number one in the East. I have no idea, but it was very, very strange.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Moving on, the 45th minute to the 79th minute was very contentious. Massive substitutions. 79th minute, though, Harvey Neville. Welcome to the big show, kid. And then the 85th minute,
Class
nepotism.
goal. Are we going to talk
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. Well, nepotism almost struck. I could hear certain individuals in the Twitter space having a coronary as we thought we were almost going to see a Harvey Neville goal. But go ahead. Go ahead and break it down, Jay?
I don't know what there is to break down. Borderline offsides when he gets the ball, crosses it in. Own goals still count as goals, probably not the way he envisioned his first goal going in, but it's counted. I mean, I think it didn't count for him. It certainly was an own goal, but really your first impactful time on the field, like, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take
Yeah.
that all day. People will scream nepotism with anything that he does if he gets playing time, and same thing with Romeo Beckham. They're going to scream nepotism because they see it at face value as, oh, he's the owner's son, or oh, he's the coach's son. They don't follow, Inter Miami 2 or Fort Lauderdale CF when it was a thing. They haven't seen them play. They don't understand that they actually do contribute quite a bit to the team. I don't know still. Well, I guess I don't know. Did Romeo finish with most assists on the team? But like they have quality traits, so it's not nepotism. It looks like nepotism, but it's not. I'll welcome it. I think it's going to get better. I think Romeo might, just because he's got his daddy's name, come on to maybe like a championship side or a B team like he was training with Brentford. But, I think Harvey Neville could actually spend some years in the MLS as he really develops. And I'm here for it. I welcome it.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is. It was a good substitution. Use those game minutes wisely to get somebody younger up.
And just get the exposure, get the experience. You're not going to win that game. So just, throw your son on there. Let him play around.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I'm still going to support my boy. I was hoping to see Noah get out there again, but
Yeah.
good for Harvey. Whatever. We'll blow past it. Yeah. Anything further you want to touch on about that or New York City?
No, I'm actually going to try and forget about that. I mean, New York City, I mean, like we know about them, right? It's going to be a hard fought game. They've obviously struggled without Tati. Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing is, what is Phil going to do with this formation? Are we still going 4-4-2 diamond, or are we going to rotate? I'd rather kind of see just Gonzalo up top if Campana's not playing. I definitely, don't want to see Ari up top again. So that's really the only thing to keep an eye on as this develops. And prediction wise, man, I'm still feeling pretty good. I mean, it's not Yankee Stadium. It is a baseball stadium, but it's not their home stadium. There won't be the same level of comfort. I still think we come out, man. We could come out and get a 3-1 win. Like I feel good about this game. We've been in good form as long as we can find that and use the previous kind of mishap against Montreal to check ourselves once again. I'm sticking with the 3-1 prediction, man. I feel good. I mean, this team will go out there and fight. Like Phil said, I don't care if it's in Central Park. We'll play.
I'm going 3-2. We're going to run it back. And I think Pozuelo's going to put the dagger in at the end and push us forward. I'm really hoping that we don't come out flat, because that's going to tell you exactly how that opening 45 is going to go, and I think we let the game get away from us. But yeah, like I said, I think we ultimately get on at the end of the day, 3-2, and we'll be back talking about another round, dude.
I agree with that. I think you're right. We got to come out on the right foot. We need to be very focused, maintain our possession, be very decisive with our passes. It's not, arena footy or anything like that, where they're closing down on you instantly, but they're going to be closing down faster, just smaller size of the pitch. Composure, fluidity, and control it from the get-go. You don't want to find yourself chasing the ball everywhere. You don't want to find yourself down within the first 10 minutes. So come out, get set, get stable, and then work your magic as you've been doing so well for the past 2 months. I don't really think we need to beat this horse anymore. Let's just move on to some other BS the MLS loves to throw at us. Let's get into the end of season power rankings, man. This is so fun. Oh man. Oh, never mind. Thank God that was the wrong one. I don't know why that was on the first page. I literally thought that they just did us dirty by putting Revolution and Toronto in front of us, but for some reason they pulled up an August article, so I don't even have to really be mad about the power rankings right now, which is great. What else you got, buddy?
Um, yeah, I was kind of hoping you'd give me there a second there.
Yeah, sorry, but I mean, hey,
Now,
this was on the front page. I don't know why this is not the accurate one, but hey, we roll with the punches here. Let's go to some what kind of
so
highlights are you
wait,
looking at for individual?
I will say real quick because I came prepared for this. Inter Miami is actually in 11th.
There we go.
So we are behind Cincy, Dallas, Nashville, Red Bull,
Who are we in
just
front of?
within close proximity. We are in front of Minnesota, Orlando, Real Salt Lake, and Columbus, again within close
Okay.
proximity.
So that's basically just an even copy of what the seeding was for each division. That's fine. I'm good with that. We're ahead of Orlando. Mission accomplished. Season 1 in my eyes.
Yeah, and just real quick off topic, because we mentioned Columbus, Caleb Porter is going to be available to whoever is looking for a new coach here coming up. Could be a decent
Neville out.
acquisition.
Caleb
No, I'm just saying.
in. And
I
so is
was not.
Gallardo.
Well,
Gallardo walked away from River Plate.
True. I was just not anticipating Caleb Porter to be axed. That was they didn't do great, but that's I don't know, man. That's
He's a good coach. He'll find his feet.
Yeah, he'll find his feet. Anyways, moving on. Year-end award finalists. No shock here. Gonzalo, comeback player of the year. All right. Big shock, and again, it's just making me eat crow evermore.
Not a big shock.
No, but I'm saying he doesn't get any recognition nationally. That's why it's a shock.
Yeah.
Congrats to Mr. Drake Callender as one of the 3 finalists for the MLS Goalkeeper of the Year. He's up there with Andre Blake for the Philly Union and Jordy Petrovic of the New England Revolution. They did kind of a cool reveal to him with DeAndre Yedlin, like leading them on a tiny bit. And they're like, yo, by the way, congrats, you're one of the top 3. And you could see the genuine look of excitement on his face. So, that was definitely pretty cool.
Well, you said what? It was Dwayne St. Clair?
Nope. I said it was Andre Blake, which no shock there.
Yeah.
And Jordy Petrovic from the Revs.
Well, I mean, hey, Drake's had a statistically phenomenal season. Andre Blake is also that dude.
Yes. I mean, Andre Blake is that dude. He's also up for MLS Save of the Year for the 94th minute save against the Columbus Crew in September.
Yep.
On top of that, we have 2 goals that are up for Goal of the Year. We have the one that I have the privilege of seeing live, Gonzalo's free kick against New York Red Bull in Jersey before the karate kick heard around the world. And and most recently, Robert Taylor, his pass to Campana up the middle and the chip.
Yeah.
And if you want to be technical about it, we kind of have an X guy up there because Lewis's Wonder Strike was in there as well, where he caught it out of the air left foot and just absolutely smashed it back into the back of the net. But we're going to vote for our boys Leo and Gonzalo. We're going to get that up there for them.
Yeah. I mean, I got to be completely honest here. And I loved, both those goals, but you're also going against Zelly's midfield free kick. And the one I would say Joseph Martinez is just very powerful. Bicycle kick was also very, very beautiful goal.
We're also forgetting Sebastian Ferreira's halfway line goal against Austin for
Fair.
Houston.
And there
And that,
was an Olympico in there as well. There's some good goals this year. It's
yeah,
going to be tough.
yeah. Honestly, though, it's just good to see that we're getting the recognition slowly but surely, and our
Yeah.
players are getting recognized, which is,
So there were 16 goals
yep,
to be voted on, right? And we hit
yep.
2, right? So 1/8. We're 1/8 of the goals out of, you know, the entire league, which is, I think, pretty phenomenal. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, we're starting to get the recognition, and maybe we're not getting the recognition we think we deserve. We're at least starting to see the results. I mean, having 1/8 of the goals of the year out of a 28 team league, phenomenal. Love it.
And let's be honest, there could have been more for us in that group. I mean, I know I talk about it often, but McVay's banger, like
Yeah.
as a center back, like let's talk about that. Any of I mean, I'm sure Campana has had a couple good ones. Robbie's goal where he absolutely put, I forget who it was, but put him through the absolute ringer with all his moves and
Yeah.
blasted it home. Like that should be in there.
Or
Um,
Campana's thing where, like, he took the touch like over his head and then settled it, and just super thin angle against
yep.
Atlanta, I believe it was. Yeah, no,
It
there's some
just,
quality in there.
yeah, and it just shows that the league is starting to flourish with that flair and starting to become a recognized brand. I'm happy that we're starting to see the talent come in and really push to
Yeah.
make this better. I don't really have anything else besides the announcement that we have a new EMLS player athlete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Don Borello is a Canadian hailing from the Great White North in Toronto. He is
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
That's not a Canadian thing,
Nope,
but it
it's
sounds
not. But I went with it just for you to make you not feel bad. Um,
poutine.
yes, poutine. You know I love my poutine. He
Do.
actually was the 2021 E National Canadian champion.
There we go.
Yep. Go give him a follow on Instagram at Don Borello, Borrello. And he also has his Twitch link right up there where he will be streaming all of his matches via Twitch. And that leads into, if you want to prove your medal on
Yeah.
October 15th, which I'm really bummed out, I'm not coming down a day earlier because I would
Yeah.
sign up just to get my ass kicked, just to say we did it
Should I
once.
do it? Should I do it, man? I don't know. I
No,
haven't played 1v1 in a while.
no, the new FIFA is cheeks
That's
right
kind
now.
of rough.
Yeah. But hey, Inter Miami EMLS Amateur Cup and the 3rd annual Copa de la Familia. Look at that. I'm getting better with it. Kicks off October 15th. Hey, if you make the top 3, you have a chance to win prizes, including an authentic La Palma jersey, tickets to a 2023 Inter Miami game. Funny enough, I read the fine print on that. It cannot be the home opener, though.
Huh.
Out of all the games, it can't be the home opener.
Interesting.
A chance to represent the club at the EMLS Amateur Cup and an opportunity to battle it out with the first team players at Drive Pink Stadium. So,
Yeah.
if
And
you,
Don tagged us and I shared it. So you're missing another prize.
yeah, I didn't want to bring it up, but go ahead.
No, you do it.
If you pull Jay's signature Rabana outside the box into the back of the goal by some miracle with these new mechanics in FIFA 2023, we will give you the Supremely IMPC kit. Is it of their color choosing, or is it just the black one?
I will give of the color choosing. If you hit a classic Jmar Rabana outside the box and send it to us, like I need proof that it was in the tournament. So like I need that, and I'm gonna need to see like the competitor's name. If you do this and execute it, and do something I've done countless times, so Than is my witness, then yes, I will give you a free jersey.
I'll up the
Sorry,
ante.
we will give you a free jersey, not just me.
No, it's you because I didn't want any part of this. I will up the ante though. If you do all of that and then celebrate with La Movela, I will let you come on the pod
There we go.
because I cannot. Oh God,
I
it
don't know
just.
if they still have the Movela, man. I've just been hitting the gritty over and over because I have no other idea of what to do. It's the
I
gritty and
wish.
the fish.
I wish they would let me be toxic over again and do the calm down celebration in front of the camera. But yeah,
Send us
any
your Robanas. Send us
yes,
your goals, and good luck to everyone who is participating. We've ran some tournaments in the past. There are some people with some serious skills in this community. I thought I was good until I played a lot of other people in this community, and I realized maybe I'm not that good.
yep. I remember how bad you were when we played together. But
I was.
any not not after a couple drinks, you didn't. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. I hope to see some of you out at the watch parties this weekend. I will be bringing kids and wife in tow. So yeah, looking forward to it. Can't wait to be back down in my second home, and I'll be seeing y'all real soon.
Boom. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Miami podcast. If you don't already, follow us on Instagram at EnterMIA Podcast, on Instagram at EnterMiami Podcast. Holler at us if you want a link to the Discord, or just go to our social media, find the link there. Join up. Yeah, man, exciting times. A hell of a season. Very, very proud of this team. Keep moving forward. Let's go win the cup. Let's go win the cup. And as we end every single episode, vamos, Miami.
Vamos, Miami.
You're getting so good.